allows you to distribute, reproduce, and show clips or criticism, commenting, reporting, teaching, and researching copyrighted material without authorization of the copyright.
You know, mistakes in SpongeBob, well, you shouldn't make that. Well, anything what's wrong with televisions, that doesn't make any sense. Like SpongeBob's mistakes, like you wouldn't see these televisions. Well, mistakes, top 23, but here's a clip. This was not even a mistake. There's a lot of mistakes in SpongeBob. Nickelodeon has a lot of mistakes to the cliff. So, what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? You're always going to see that anything that makes it insane, that mistakes in SpongeBob, like everything in Cliff that children's pausing the episode and there's mistakes. Who can find me that? Like you should have made it between me, but there's a lot of mistakes in here. But there's always a mistakes in here. But alright, here's a clip that doesn't make any sense. SpongeBob was firstly released in 1999 in Nickelodeon. Well, this wasn't look like that. So, the first episode was Help Want. So, they didn't make that. Well, just a joke. So, these mistakes in all the SpongeBob episodes, they got completely troudless. Like you didn't see that one coming. Excuse me, why is that the thing to make that insaneable and make that all the mistakes? That's like a complete disaster. How is that making any more sense that anyone in this world can make that mistakes? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is that an issue? Because, right, so the SpongeBob without his nose is a cliff, a mistake. Well, so this way, that couldn't make that interesting. But why does that have to do with that? Because, alright, so keep your ears and hands and mouths together so I can talk what you're trying to understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. Come on, don't blame me. It's not like I'm not being so serious. Like mistakes in episode of SpongeBob when his house is missing, and that's not reasonable. So do you know the episode of SpongeBob has a pet bunny? Here's a clip about it.
That is a wise. That is a wise. That is a wise.
So what do you mean again? So the mistakes of SpongeBob, that doesn't make any sense. Well, the thing that they got mistakes on this episode, so that doesn't have to do with mean dates, like erased things on disordered things or weird things. That doesn't make any sense. Why do they have to do that? That's not sanitary. Why the errors on SpongeBob? That'll shock the kids' lives. Why is that crazier to anyone in that world should be so impositive? The episode of SpongeBob, they didn't make that really insanely, but that doesn't make any sense. All the SpongeBob episodes are completely done mush. They're like mistakes. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why that? It shouldn't make that anymore. So forget about the errors. All the SpongeBob errors are mistakes. So there's no to be blamed about that. So the mistakes for 1990s or 20s, that really insanely in season 1. Shouldn't that be so insanely what I shouldn't do that? So what has to do with that? Hold on, guys. Okay. So what has to do with that? That's not even making sense. Wait, why is that tailess of errors of SpongeBob? Well, you know the reasonable that doesn't make any fairies. But why does it have like a creepiness? Why is that recent? This is gonna be a really insanely in day. It shouldn't make that distortedness. So the episodes are completely jackified and similarly Christ-like. They're like mainless. Deep dang mainless. Shouldn't that make that? In the movie SpongeBob in 2004, the movie is that SpongeBob is a failure. That he's a kid, that Mr. Krabs doesn't recognize SpongeBob. But in the first place, that they have to do this while he's a kid. So when he keeps doing that he's saying he turned into a goofy goober. So there's nothing to be like that. Oh man, I thought you were gonna say, whoa, what's wrong with that? Read the subtitles though.
I am SpongeBob SquarePants.
My name is Bill Fagerbacke, and I get to play Patrick Star.
Let us begin. Top of the show.
The table read is where the actors show up before the recording session. You come and you read the script aloud around a table for the first time with the other actors.
We're the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob steps from the freezer and says,
nothing like a fresh frozen Krabby Patty with extra freezer burn flavor.
Table reads are nice to really kind of clarify exactly what we're doing.
and we hear Patrick thinking,
42! No! Triangle! Meatballs! Spaghetti sauce! Ravioli!
For me, it helps find out where little filigrees and, just little brush strokes vocally that you can give that maybe fatten up the jokes a little bit.
The sink is clogged, so I was going to pull out the drain plug. The sink is overflowing, so I was going to pull out the drain plug.
Which one is it?
I don't know. It's an alternate line. It's an alternate line, okay?
We come in here and we get to play with these great lines and these great characters, and it's so much fun.
It's a storyboard-driven show, not a script-driven show. It's just all there in picture form.
One important thing to know about recording an episode of a cartoon is that it has not been animated yet.
we're going to slate it, we're going to run from the top, you guys.
Say, who wants the first patty from our freshly cleaned grill?
I would like a Krabby Patty.
Okay. And would you like one too, Squidward?
No, I do not want a Krabby Patty.
We go off the script a lot. Mess around. Throw things against the wall and see what sticks. You know what I love in the storyboard? On that line they have nasal. I know. My Squidward is not nasal. Nasal.
It really is kind of like doing a radio play or something.
The drain plug!
It's a myth. It doesn't exist.
I've been tracking the drain for years. Oh, that's easy. All I have to do is pull the drain plug.
Good, do the underwater.
We try to find comedy that might not be on the page or maximize the comedy that is on the page. SpongeBob's laugh originally was supposed to be kind of reminiscent of a dolphin, a porpoise. But a porpoise, does that stick its head above the water thing and bob its head up and down. Also with SpongeBob,
Everything is very, always through the nose. You always have to take your voice and stick it into the back of your throat and then through here and through your nose. And it's been a real hoot getting to know y'all.
When I'm performing Patrick, there are many secrets that I could never divulge.
Oh, my God, you go right.
Roger that!
On the right, Patrick.
I'm clumsy, I'm goofy, I make mistakes all the time, so I guess I'm a lot like that. He's enormously entertaining to portray.
I guess if I have anything in common with SpongeBob, it's, enthusiasm and really liking my work. SpongeBob loves working at the Krusty Krab. He doesn't want to do any other job, and that's how I feel about animation voiceover.
All right, Captain.
I believe SpongeBob continues to endure, primarily because of the nature of SpongeBob himself. The talent of Tom Kenny is Also enormous. And we're very lucky to be working with him. Great talent, great person, and he brings all of his heart and talent to really every moment of the cartoon.
You know, I feel really lucky, like, to be this character that's kind of infiltrated the pop cultural consciousness to such a big degree. It's a really fun experience.